Hi guys, how we going? Um, I was doing a dog walk, and then as I walked out, it started pouring with rain. So I can't do a dog walk. And Ella really wants to go for a bloody walk, and it's flipping raining. So I've only got about 45 minutes. So I just thought I need a shave. That's the first thing I thought. I just thought I'll just come in and do it quickly. It's a funny one today because the wife is working later. The husband goes to trampolining as well. I've got Tino, so juggling a bit. I think I can do this, and then hopefully one more. I push for 3 a day. To be honest with you, I only actually have to do 1 a day, and I'm happy. But any more than 1 is a bonus. So I'm talking about a video or a live, yeah. So I tell you what, I had a long day yesterday with making videos. I honestly, I didn't expect it to take. Didn't we do like 3 hours, maybe a bit more? Hi Teresa, thanks for your lovely comments on our YouTube channel. I didn't expect. Hi Jeanette, how are you? I didn't expect we did over 3 hours yesterday. Hi, is Karen on? Yeah, Karen's on. We did over 3 hours yesterday, but I tell you what, it's sort of took the wind out of my sail a bit today. I'm like, I think I did a bit too much. Yeah, and I don't think people understand it that when you Hi Funky Orange, that when you do a lot of videos, long ones, you get this weird tired feeling. Yeah, I find that if I do like 2 videos, space them apart, have a couple of hours gap in between, and then do a dog walk, I find that it doesn't affect my day. I feel completely full of energy. But I have found that that if I do, like yesterday, we did like 3 hours in a row, didn't we? I know we had a little stop start. I did find yesterday it was like, oh, it's a bit draining, yeah. So today, because of it, I woke up and I'm like, yeah. But I still have a bit of go in me. So we did a video this morning. I was determined to wake up this morning and do Donna's lovely video, yeah, discussing the book, Elvis' Precious Memories, that she did not write. Yes, she was involved in it. People are trying to use it against her. People are trying to weaponize that book that was done nearly 30 years ago to belittle her, undermine her, attack her, discredit her, say that she's not Elvis's cousin, which is just hilarious because you can bring up 1,000 books, you can you can say anything you want, but you will never prove that Donna is not Elvis's first cousin. Never. You will never prove it. You'll never prove that she didn't live the life she lived, because she did, whether you like it or not. And so I find it hilarious that Elvis fans, can pick and choose who is Elvis's family. Like, they decide, yeah. Since when do Elvis fans get to decide who's Elvis's family? And it's like, the other thing that I find hilarious is if they've read loads of books and done loads of research, if they've been fans for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, they then think it gives them the right to pick and choose who Elvis's family is, who are the people that count in his life. Like discounting Riley is just hilarious. Some people even discount Lisa Marie. Honestly, guys, some people even say, yeah, Lisa Marie's not family because she spent money, took drugs, and had multiple marriages. And do you see what I mean? And then they say the only true family are Elvis and Gladys. They discount Vernon. Oh, he was a violent man, an angry man, a controlling man, so he doesn't count. Do you see how ridiculous it is? Family are family, whether we like it or not, whether they've made mistakes or not. Family are family. That is it. Whether it's Donna or Billy Smith, doesn't really matter, does it? Family are family. Yeah. And whether you can find books or not, whether you've become an Elvis expert or not, family are family. You ain't changing it. Yeah. Blood is blood. And this is the point that I keep coming back to. The reason... Yeah, that Karen, you've actually got a good point. When are these people going to realize that fans trying to pick and choose who are and are not family, fans trying to rewrite Elvis's history and who matters in Elvis's history, you're fans. You can call yourself researchers, or you can call yourself Elvis experts, or you can proudly boast that you've read 1 million books and you've been a fan for 60 years. Doesn't make you family. It doesn't make you family. So I had a very disappointing thing this morning. So we've had a bit of a problem. I found a key thing of this live stream, guys, is loyalty. Loyalty. I want everyone to say the word loyalty. This is a big thing for Elvis as well. Okay. In fact, it was probably the most important word, more or less, to Elvis in his life. Not the most, but one of the most important words in his life. Loyalty. Elvis was let down by so many, betrayed by so many, and usually the people closest to him. Yeah. Now, our topic today on this live stream is we're going to discuss Linda Thompson. We're also going to discuss David Stanley. There's a reason we're talking about them. I want you to know, guys, that I like Linda. I'm not against Linda. She's still beautiful. I'll give it that. I'm not sure exactly what her age is. Around 75, is she? She's stunning. You know, in fact, we found a video, didn't we? Let me see if I can find her picture. 1 second. She's taken a picture of herself. No, I mean, a picture was taken. Let me just see what you can see on the screen, guys. A picture was taken of Linda at Westgate with David Stanley. Now, Westgate have decided to treat David Stanley as an honourable guest. There's even a possibility he has residency there. And I don't know the deal they've got with him. I don't know if he pays for his to live there. I don't know how it all works. You know, that's not really my business. In fact, it's none of my business. Yeah. Right. So this picture, let me get the picture up. Now, I wasn't going to do Linda Thompson today. That sounds really rude, doesn't it? I wasn't going to do Linda Thompson today. I'm sorry. Linda, I'm sorry. That sounded so bad. Now, obviously, there's the book. Believe it or not, a woman called Linda sent me this book, who I liked, and is now not Team Elvis. So, yes. So, yeah, he lives at Westgate. Karen's just confirmed that to me. I wonder what the deal is with him. Now, the thing we have learnt about Westgate, is, you know, the international, you know, the Aloha and all that stuff, yeah, was just, you know, the Aloha was just reenacted there. They did a celebration, didn't they? Sorry, my throat's bad again, usual. So this recent celebration at Westgate concerning Aloha 73 has been big news. They had I think they called it something like the Legends, something like that. I know that Donna was invited, Donna Presley, our lovely Donna. She couldn't make it. She wanted to go, she couldn't make it. But we know that Linda was invited as a guest speaker. David Westgate. Look, Westgate have evolved into, obviously, they 100% honour and dedicate the theme of their hotel, which is understandable because Elvis, you know, was there. I think, did he do 60, well, what was it? I'm trying to remember now. 66 shows, is that what it was? I can't remember. Something like that. And there's a spot you can stand on where Elvis would stand before he would go on stage. But Westgate have obviously become an Elvis hotel. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's stunning. I have nothing against it. I would love to go there, and we'll have a little look in a minute. So a picture comes up. So this is my views on David Stanley, okay, and Westgate, and then we'll talk about Linda. Now this is only part one. We're gonna have to do more, yeah, because I've only got a certain amount of time. Now, for some reason, Westgate think that David Stanley, just an opinion for entertainment purposes. Everything I say on this show is not a fact. It's just an opinion. We discuss things, yeah. So Westgate absolutely seemed to worship David Stanley because he was a step brother to Elvis. Now, I don't want to go into the D. Stanley Vernon story too much, the Stanley brothers. I'm not happy with them. Yeah, I'll be straight with you. I have strong opinions about them. I'm not a hater. I just have strong opinions, especially when it concerns Dee, Rick, and David. Billy, I'm a bit like that. Yeah, so Billy, you guys know that I've spoke to Billy quite a few times. The funny thing is, Billy used to ask me to come on my show. He wanted me to interview him, but it just never happened. Billy did ask me to read his book, The Faith of Elvis, many times. I did read a lot of it. Then Billy, for no reason, just turned his back on me. For no reason, nothing happened. And called me a clown, said that Elvis doesn't need defending, even though 6 months earlier he told me that he would love that I defend him. He would love that Louis and Team Elvis defend him. So he changed his stance. The other thing that I'm a bit annoyed about Billy is, I've already told you this, is that only months ago he brought up the thing about Elvis allegedly sleeping with his wife. Why bring it up? It may not be true. We don't know what really happened. I wonder what Elvis would say about it. Honestly, I wonder what Elvis would say about the thing that Billy said about his wife, his ex-wife, yeah? Ex-wife. We have no idea if it's true, do we? Why even bring it up in 2026? 25, yeah? Why? Why? Is there any need? So you sit on a show with Joe Sins, yeah? You try and speak positively about Elvis. Then you bring up that Elvis may have slept with your ex. Then you say that I'm a clown. Then you say Elvis doesn't need defending. And then you trash Donna by saying, ridiculing, belittling the fact that she uses the Presley name, even though you, Billy Stanley, changed your last name to Presley. So Billy Stanley's real name is actually Billy Stanley Presley. These people are such hypocrites. Such hypocrites. But, Billy, I forgive you. I forgive you. No hard feelings. You call me a clown if you want. And Elvis does need defending. And if anyone has the right to use the name Presley, it will be Donna, because she has Presley blood in her veins. And she is Elvis's first cousin. And you do not have Presley blood in your veins, and you are not Elvis's first cousin. You are a stepbrother that is now not a stepbrother because Vernon divorced your mother Dee. So Billy, I'm sorry, mate, you are not a stepbrother. You used to be a stepbrother. You have no right to use the name Presley because you're not a Presley. You're a Stanley. So the fact that you took that name on is ridiculous. But anyway, if you want, guys watching me, if you want any proof about Billy changing his name to Presley, it's on a show called Those Elvis Girls. Go on there. Billy Stanley is being interviewed by Those Elvis Girls. I really support Those Elvis Girls. They have a brilliant show. I love their show. Subscribe to Those Elvis Girls. They're amazing. In that interview that they do with Billy Stanley, Billy admits that he changed the name, his last name, to Presley, which is laughable. Right, can I just carry on talking? All right, that's interesting, Dan. That is interesting. I've heard many stories about Billy Stanley, okay? He definitely is not squeaky clean. I even have his book. Isn't it called My Brother Elvis? I think it's called that. He says a few negative things about Elvis. The Stanleys have messed up. The Stanleys have messed up. All of them. Ricky, David was the worst because he's the one that said Elvis planned his death by suicide, by taking an overdose. So David upsets me the most. How, he actually said Elvis planned his suicide, took the pills on purpose to end his life on August the 16th, even though his daughter was there. Ginger was there. Do you know what I mean? Billy was there, wasn't he? Absolutely disgusting. And then he thinks by becoming a born-again Christian, yeah, he thinks by becoming a born-again Christian that everything is forgiven. By doing a public apology, because David Stanley publicly apologized, everything is forgiven. It's not. It is not. So I repeat, everything I say on this show is for entertainment purposes. Okay? So this show is also about Linda Thompson, if we've got enough time. I just want you to know, guys, I don't agree with Westgate honouring David Stanley as if he's something special, as if he is the new Elvis, as if because he spent some time living near Elvis, working with Elvis, that makes him a hero or someone important. He is not important. He was very lucky that 1D and Vernon got married and lived in the house behind Gracelands. That Elvis was so kind and welcoming, wanted to help these 3 boys that allegedly had been abandoned by their mother. D. Stanley allegedly, not a fact, just a discussion on YouTube, abandoned those 3 boys. And Elvis comes to the rescue and says, I want to help those boys. And then takes the responsibility of looking after Rick, Billy and Dave. They were children, like 6, 7 and 8 or something like that. Yeah. I don't know the exact ages. They were brought to Gracelands and Elvis literally gave them a dream life. A dream life. He would even get down on his knees and pray with them. Yeah. Of course, years later, they all trash him for money. They all double-cross him, betray his trust, backstab him. Every one of them. And the one who betrayed the most was D. Stanley. It's pretty obvious D. Stanley, I think, just didn't have any respect for Elvis. Had the most disgusting thoughts about Elvis you can even imagine. So I don't hate these people, but I defend Elvis. I stand up for Elvis, okay? And I'm disgusted by it. So let me get the picture up. So we've got Linda's book. Yeah. Now, Linda has wrote many beautiful things about Elvis. She has a very successful career with Elvis. Now, she has done her own stuff as well. Yeah. I'm not going to go into how she makes her money and stuff, but she does very well being in the Elvis circuit. I call it the cliquey club. The cliquey club. If you're in the cliquey club, you're all making money from Elvis. Yeah, you're going to different events, cruises, conventions around the world, not just America, around the world. You're having a very glamorous life. You're very well paid. Linda is very well paid. On the fact that she was once Elvis's, the last girlfriend before Ginger. You guys know I talk to Ginger Aldrin, okay? So she does really well out of it. So I have an expectation of Linda as a fan for her to speak positively about Elvis, to raise Elvis up, to defend him. This is the weakness. This is the weakness I find with Linda. She doesn't defend Elvis. She'll speak nicely about him, sweet stories. She takes a lot of credit for helping him and being there for him after Priscilla. But she doesn't defend him. The other people that do defend him, like Donna Presley, she doesn't stand with them and defend. Yeah? Because Donna Presley, she stands up and says, right, I'm defending. No matter what the consequences, I'm defending. Even if people are against me, even if it makes me unpopular, even if I lose bookings in the cliquey club. Remember the cliquey club that I keep talking about? They get paid a large amount of money to do events, even at Graceland. Remember, Linda is very welcome. Linda is very welcome to Gracelands, okay? She gets paid a lot of money to be there. Someone the other day messaged me saying, oh no, they only pay her flight and her expenses. It's not true, guys. Come on. Allegedly for entertainment purposes, she gets a lot of money for appearing at Elvis Week, etc. So just quickly, here's the book. I'm going to go into it more later, okay? I don't have time. I'm just going to mention a few things about the book. Yes, the book says nice things about Elvis, talks about their romance, but it also says the most disgusting things, like Elvis was desperate and battled with diet and drugs. Linda Thompson saved him from drowning in a bowl of chicken soup. That's Linda's words. Now, how is that right? How is that right? That Linda, who is the ex-girlfriend, who loves Elvis, who has made a life living off him, you know, a great living. She's in the cliquey club, who doesn't properly defend him. She does defend a little bit because she shares nice, positive stories, doesn't she? We like that. Same goes for the Smiths. We love it when they share nice, positive stories that raise Elvis up. But as soon as they go down the road of trashing him, we're not happy. And sharing a story in her book, and she has repeated this story in interviews, yeah? Elvis drowning in a bowl of chicken soup. It isn't going to win me over. You get it? She also describes his drug taking, where we know Elvis was very sick, don't we? Needed help. His body was letting him down, couldn't sleep, overworked. We could go on and on and on. Linda has been very demeaning about Elvis, as well as positive, yeah? She recalls a time when he was completely passed out. I jumped onto the bed. I held his head up by his hair. And there was chicken soup and noodles all over his face. I had started to clean his throat, literally pulling out chunks of food. Now, how disgusting is that? Why would she even share that? Why would she even share that? Now, I've been told that that incident never actually happened. I've been told that that was added in to sensationalize the book so that the book sold more copies. That never happened. I don't know, guys. I'm only saying alleged for entertainment purposes. So let me just quickly. Linda did say when she was interviewed at Graceland that she donated some of the profits of her book to St. Jude's. I don't know if that's true. The prices they change. Yeah, I'm not saying she didn't. Look, I'm not trying to say Linda's all bad. Please know this. I'm not doing that. I'm not here to completely trash Linda. I'm saying I'm disappointed with some of the things Linda did. I actually think she's a beautiful lady. She speaks really well of Elvis. I'm saying some of the things she said I don't like. The majority of the things Linda says I think are lovely. I like her. I'd love to meet her. I'd love it if she joined us and started defending Elvis with us. I would have loved it if she started defending Elvis with Donna Presley. She didn't. She chose not to. She had the opportunity to defend Elvis with Donna. She chose not to. Just an opinion for entertainment purposes, not a fact. She is very well spoken. I know that she's got a very nice side. Guys, don't get me wrong. I know Linda can be very lovely. Yeah? But you can't ignore what was said in that book that trashed Elvis. Private things that I think, true or not, should have been kept private. Right, so let me see what else we've got here. Right, let's have a look. So it says here, in 1976, Linda Thompson finally decided she needed to end their once glorious romance, and she moved out, but she was heartbroken when just 8 months later she received a call that he had that. Hang on, let me just get it right. See, I've heard different stories, guys. I've heard different stories. I've heard that she didn't end it. Elvis ended it. Elvis wanted her gone. Elvis carried on paying her bills. You know, she was spent using his credit card, was paying for an apartment, stuff like that. You know, this is all alleged for entertainment purposes, guys. I don't fully accept that Elvis, that she ended it. I think there's a good chance Elvis ended it. I've also heard that she was seeing, is it the drummer she was seeing? Is it the drummer? Is it David Briggs? You know, so I think the story has been painted to sort of blame everything on Elvis, that Elvis is the bad guy. I don't agree. I think there's more to it. I think in the defending of Elvis, I think there's more to it. So look at this picture. Let's get it a bit bigger. I mean, Linda looks fantastic. Yeah. My brother's trying to ring me. Let me just tell him I'll ring back. I'm just finishing my live. I'll ring you back. No. So that's my twin brother. Let's have a look. So my daughter keeps sending me messages. Can you go shopping, Daddy? Everyone, because I'm at home, everyone messages me saying, get this, get that, get this, get that. Let's have a look. Okay, let me just go back onto this. So I'm winging it a bit, guys, because it was a last minute thing to do this topic. Now, what do you guys think about that picture? Now, obviously, you know, of course, David is not well. Okay, so I'm going to try and be respectful. All right. The point of me discussing the picture is we're at Westgate, where Elvis performed. They just celebrated the 73 Aloha stuff. Why do Westgate treat David Stanley like a hero, like a new Elvis, like he is a blood relative, like he is an actual brother to Elvis? Remember, he's not even a step brother because Vernon and Dee had a divorce. How do you feel about that? Do you think that's okay? Elvis gave these brothers an amazing life. Remember that. Elvis gave these brothers a fantastic life, yeah? And the thanks was that they went on to trash him for a long time. They didn't trash him once or twice. You go back and look at the interviews. You go through YouTube finding all the old news clips, and there is a lot of trashing of Elvis in books as well as TV interviews, magazines, tabloids. Now, we know it was done for money, yeah? Right, so I did quickly, let's have a look. I was a bit rushing, but I did quickly just put something together. What I did, so guys, let's just see how much, right, we've still got about 20 minutes, okay? So let me just get your feedback, guys. Riley was in Vegas, also the weekend, George Floor's wedding at the Fountain Blue. Good thing she didn't go near David at the Westgate. Well, that Sarge, I think that is his job because he is the resident, isn't he? David Stanley is the resident. So what would Elvis think about David Stanley being a resident at Westgate on behalf of Elvis? Him being hero worshipped. This is the problem with other people as well. They get hero worship even though they trashed Elvis. Yeah. The loyal people like Donna Presley are attacked and belittled and undermined. It makes no sense, does it? Yeah. Elvis, like Nat TV says, Elvis was fully taken advantage of and abused by the very people closest to him. Yeah. So let me just have a little quick look at mine. I did a little get together here, a little put together. So Westgate Las Vegas has been actively promoting the Aloha from Hawaii 1973 themed Elvis, and it says here featuring Linda Thompson. The theme is called, she's a guest speaker, and the theme is called Living Legends. Living Legends, okay? So this is a very highly publicized event, okay? It's very interesting. There's loads of videos on YouTube, loads, really good ones. There's a very, very good one of Linda Thompson, all in leather. She looks fantastic. Signing autographs. Okay, honestly, she, for her age, 75, she looks amazing. Yeah, it's very hard to pull off leather when you're 75, but she does. Right? So I wonder if let's just see if we can find it quickly. Let's have a look. Let's get YouTube up. Let's get it up. Let's have a look. Sorry, someone's messaging me as well. Let me just say Linda Thompson at Westgate. I mean, guys, don't get me wrong. I would absolutely love to go to Westgate. Love, love, love. I would love to go there. Love, love, love. Is it going to show it? So there was a video I watched and it showed her signing autographs. No, it's not there. I thought it might come up as a short. Let's have a look. No, I don't think it's going to do it. No. No, it's not going to do it. Okay. Maybe if I put 2026 to 6, and if I put Aloha, see if that does it. No. Ah, is it in this one? Let's have a look. No, let's have a look. Oh, there we are. There we are, guys. Let's get her here. Hang on. Let's pause it.
Is we had the same.
So this is it, isn't it, guys? Who is it? It's in and out of Vegas. Let me just quickly play a bit of it. I'll subscribe. I'll like. I'm just going to play a little clip. Let me make sure you can see it. Okay, 1 second. I mean, come on, guys. She's 75 years old. She's got a leather jacket on, leather trousers. She looks amazing.
Kind of sense of humor. We both loved to laugh. We both loved our families. We both loved people. We had the same religious fervor. We both grew up in the South, so we knew what that was like. So we had a real kinship. And Elvis was such a law-abiding citizen. He was truly apple pie and mama, you know, a good American young man. And he would have been horrified to actually acknowledge that he was, in fact, addicted to certain drugs. And they were all prescription.
Right, okay. So I think she's going to go on and say they were all prescription, but she doesn't. In the book, it isn't said so straightforwardly. I do think that Linda's story has evolved to be a bit more Elvis friendly. Yeah. So let's hear how I didn't know this was going to come. So let's just listen to it.
Addicted to certain drugs. And they were all prescription medication. You know, he didn't smoke pot. He went through one period, I think it was about 3 months, where he did smoke marijuana because of
she's going to say because of his eye pain. I would rather she didn't say it. Why say it? Because it just gives a bad impression.
Glaucoma problems, and it relieved the eye pressure. And it was prescribed by his doctor. So he did nothing that...
Right, hang on a minute. So he smoked marijuana, because it was prescribed by his doctor. Is it me? Guys, I'm just guessing. But surely the type of marijuana people use to ease pain is different than the one you smoke. I was told. You've got tell me if I'm wrong, guys. I don't know. There's one kind of pot, whatever you want to call it, for smoking to get a bit stoned. And there's another type that actually eases pain. I don't know, guys. Is this even true? Now, honestly, I'm trying to be respectful. Is this even true? Or do these people just keep the story interesting? This is, everything I say is for entertainment purposes, guys. I'm not going to call her a liar. I won't do that. I'm just going to say this is just a discussion where we are sharing opinions on YouTube. Nothing I say is fact.
It was illegal, but it was all just so damaging to his health. But it was kind of insidious because he didn't realize he was addicted to those things. He just thought it helped him sleep, it helped him wake up, it helped him relax, all the different prescriptions. And the one...
Right, look. Right, how are we going to talk about this? I didn't know this was going to come on my show, okay? Right. He didn't know he was addicted. Right, let's have a proper think about this, okay? So I accept there are medications that are addictive. I accept it. Painkillers, sleeping tablets, and other things. Not everything Elvis took was for pain and for sleeping. It was also for other medical problems that he had. Elvis had many medical problems. Yeah. So let's go another way. Why does the word addict need to be thrown in? Because think about it. We know that in the last couple of years, Elvis was sick. Okay, last 2-3 years, Elvis was sick. He had lots of health problems, couldn't sleep, overworked, pain, his many different things. She mentions glaucoma, okay? But Elvis had many, many health problems. There's a few books now. We've got Dr. Forrest Tennant's book. We've got Sally Hoddle's book, Destined to Die Young. There's other books. There's a lot of information out there now that shows how sick Elvis was, okay? How many, and overworked, lack of sleep as well, okay? So what's Elvis expected to do? So he's got all these different problems. He can't sleep, he's overworked, in pain, discovered, aching all over. He had liver problems, heart problems, you name it, high blood pressure, high blood sugar. He had the lot, right? So what's Elvis supposed to do? He turns to his doctor. The doctor is doing his best. The doctor has an impossible task. He's trying to help Elvis get better. He's trying to help Elvis sleep. He's trying to help give Elvis energy. Don't forget, Elvis had no energy. Yeah? Because he was overworked and very unwell. Yeah? Everyone knows if you give if your doctor prescribes you stuff to help you sleep, everyone knows sleeping tablets are addictive. Everyone knows that if you give people pain medication, it's addictive. Everyone knows that. It doesn't make them an addict. It just means that there are possibility of addiction with pain medication, with sleeping tablets. The other thing, what are they supposed to do? What choice did the doctors have? Think about it, okay? He's in pain, all right. Elvis has come to them. I'm in pain. I'm in unbearable pain. What is the doctor going to do? He's going to go, here, painkiller. Oh, they're not working. They're not strong enough. Here's some more stronger ones. Now, if Elvis is in pain, suffering, can't sleep, his body needs to get better, his body needs to be fixed, what is he going to do? He's going to take some tablets to try and get better, to ease his pain, to help him sleep. What is he doing wrong? Now, did he overtake them? Yeah, obviously. Were some addictive? Possibly. Doesn't make him an addict. Did Elvis need them? Yeah, he did. He was in pain, couldn't sleep, overworked, had no energy, stressed, anxiety, you name it, Elvis had it. Yeah? So Linda's way to discuss it is to talk to him, is to talk on, this is like the other day, this is like 2 days ago. So Linda's way to discuss it is to basically call him an addict and say he was smoking pot. Does anyone think that's okay? Let me get your comments up on here so we can discuss it. Now, I'm not trying to be in denial. Elvis was sick. He may have abused his prescription medication. He may have took too many. But what choice did Elvis have? This is the thing I'm trying to say. What choice did Elvis have? Yeah? What would you do? Anyone watching this show now, what would you do? If you're in pain and you can't sleep, you're being overworked, your body is sick, what would you do? Would you do anything different than what Elvis did? Seriously, you'd want help to sleep, help to reduce pain, help to fix your body. You'd want something to give you energy. Elvis did nothing unusual, but he's the one that is trashed even by an ex-girlfriend as if he is a raving heroin addict. He is treated as if he is some kind of heroin addict. This is the mistake. This is the mistake. This is what is unfair to Elvis. I'm just trying to get the I'm just trying to put you on the chat, guys. So this is only part one. We've got a lot more to do on this. Addict. So there's 56 people watching. Okay, thank you for watching, guys. But is anyone happy about what you've just heard? So I'm going to play it again, right? Let me just quickly read your comments. This is our thing with Linda. She does say nice things, but she then says bad things. A lot of it, I think Linda Thompson feels she needs to say these things. She doesn't. Linda Thompson could literally just sit there and tell sweet stories, share sweet memories. She has thousands and thousands of lovely memories. Why does she even have to bring up? Now, I'm going to play it again, right? Why does she even have to bring it up? Is there any need? She could spend an hour. This is only an 8-minute interview, actually, looking at it. She could spend an hour saying positive things about Elvis. I'm going to review this whole interview, but not now. We're just going to play a little clip. Listen, I'm going to read your comments whilst we play it.
Eye glaucoma problems, and it relieved the eye pressure. And
Hang on a minute.
We both grew up in the South, so we knew what that was like. So we had a real kinship. And Elvis was such a law-abiding citizen. He was truly apple pie and mama, you know, a good American young man. And he would have been horrified to actually acknowledge that he was, in fact, addicted to certain drugs.
Remember my point. Why even have this come into her show? Why is this part of her show? That is my point. This same segment, which is another 5 minutes, could just be like, oh, I loved Elvis. He was so funny. He would sing to her. He would he was so playful and blah blah blah. Yeah, but instead, this is what she says.
And they were all prescription medication. You know, he didn't smoke pot. He went through one period, I think it was about 3 months, where he did smoke marijuana because of eye glaucoma problems, and it relieved the eye pressure. And it was prescribed by his doctor.
So I've just seen Kirsten's comment. So Kirsten says, I think that information is rather interesting. I like knowing it, but I don't. This is a show honouring Westgate, Aloha. Westgate are honouring Aloha, okay? The 1973, one of the most amazing things ever happened, ever in history. Elvis was the reason for it, okay? So what has it got to do with her sitting on a stage sharing his problems with prescription medication? It has nothing to do with it. She should be talking about Aloha. So no, I'm sorry.
So he did nothing that was illegal, but it was all just so damaging to his health. But you know, it was kind of insidious because he didn't realize he was addicted to those things. He just thought it helped him sleep, it helped him wake up, it helped him relax, you know, all the different prescriptions.
Yeah, but that is what it did. She just said, he said, he thought it helped him sleep and wake up and yeah, that's what it did. That's what it did. But why is it for this show? This is my point. It's like Frederick has just said, in the US, a lot of people were hooked on opiates and there's been more of a crackdown. Okay, but what's it got to do with this show? This is my point. Why does she have to bring it in? It's no different than me saying, why is it in the book? That, you know, when you can share very positive stories about it, right? I'm just quickly looking. Yeah, the CBD, that's the thing I was trying to talk about. So obviously she's saying about the smoking pot. Guys, if people want to smoke pot, that's up to them. But why talk about it on this show? That's the point. So yes, CBD, that's the one I heard is for pain, yeah? Yeah, because smoking damages your lungs. I'd be honest with you, I can't imagine Elvis sat there smoking a joint. I just can't imagine it. Because can any of you imagine it? Elvis sat there smoking a joint? I'm just looking at your comments quickly, guys. I'm not one of these big people that are like, oh my God, pot, pot, pot. It's not about that with me. To me, I'm more like, the word addict is being used too much. Yeah. And I'm like, this is the Aloha 73 celebration at Westgate. That is my point. It's almost like Linda feels that she has to bring up these topics. Yeah. I didn't know she was going to bring this up. Yeah. I'm just quickly checking your comments. I've only got 10 minutes, guys. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we are, Dan. This is not the event and place to speak about it. Come on. She spoke about it. This is in the 90s. Isn't this book 97, I think? She spoke about it 20 odd years ago. Why are we talking about it in 2026? Crazy.
And the one doctor would prescribe, and another doctor would prescribe things. So it was all over the place. And again, there was no Betty Ford Center. There was no treatment facilities at that time.
Right, should we go to the beginning of the interview? I'm interested to know what else she says. Yeah, because, hang on a minute. Here we go, guys.
First time you met Elvis?
So my guess is that she's now going to talk about how they met. Yeah, I know how they met. Now this is more like it, I hope.
I know, I feel like I have talked about that a lot, but it was in Memphis. I was Miss Tennessee University.
So Frederick is saying she doesn't need the money. I don't really know what you mean. Yeah, because everyone needs the money, mate. Because these people that are living celebrity lifestyles, live in big houses with big overheads, with large amounts of staff. Everyone needs the money, mate. It doesn't matter what level they are. So you could never know that, even with a big settlement, mate.
I was invited to come to the Memphian Theater that Elvis rented out just every evening almost when he was in town. I just thought we were meeting Elvis Presley, but I had no romantic designs on him because I really thought he was still married. And he had been separated for about 7 months. I think Priscilla had left him in December of '71.
See, I've mentioned this before, guys. I like that she was there at the right time. Elvis moved on from Priscilla with Linda. Linda helped, okay? But it could have been anyone, let's face it. Whoever was there at the right time, Elvis could get any beautiful woman he wanted. She was in there at the right time. Elvis chose Linda, okay? I'm sure they had many happy times together. But if it wasn't Linda, it would have been someone else, guys.
And they officially separated that year, the same year. So I was very standoffish when I first met him. I mean, I was nice, but I thought he was just being overly friendly to me because I was Miss Tennessee and he was trying to make me feel comfortable.
So, I know about the romance. There's a film on YouTube called Elvis and the Beauty Queen. It's actually pretty good. It's bad quality. It's got Don Johnson as Elvis, but I like that film, okay? It's free on YouTube, guys. But yeah, Frederick says she could be greedy. No, I'm not calling her greedy. Yeah, this is not an I hate Linda video. Yeah, I like Linda Thompson. Linda, if you watch me, I like you. Yeah, I enjoy your interviews when you don't bring up the drug stuff, the addiction stuff, the smoking pot stuff. Yeah, I like your book mostly is quite nice, but when you bring up the negative stuff, I don't like it. The other thing I say to Linda Thompson, yeah, is you should be defending Elvis more. You should be doing more of what Donna Presley is doing. You should be standing up to the people that are trashing Elvis. Now, to me, this is trashing Elvis. Yeah, the bit where you bring up the drugs, the prescription medication, where Elvis can't jump in and defend himself, because you basically said oh, Elvis was taking these different things. He didn't realize he was addicted, but he was, you know. Do you think Elvis would be okay with that? Do you think Elvis would be okay? You said you found him on his bed. He'd fallen asleep in a bowl of chicken noodles. Do you think Elvis would be like, thanks, Linda, that's okay? The point I'm trying to say to you, Linda, is you could be very positive and keep it all very uplifting. Yeah? We've all heard it all before. The drug stuff, the prescription medication, we've heard it all before. You know, the chicken soup story, which I don't think ever should have been said, ever, because it's degrading, demeaning. We've heard it all before. In 2026, keep it positive.
But he was coming on to me. He was definitely flirting with me. And I said to Jeannie, we have to leave. He's being inappropriate. He's married. And he said...
You're like, don't be cruel, baby. Don't be cruel.
And he leaned into me and he said, honey, you know I'm not married anymore. To which I replied, wow, no. I had no idea. So anyway, he was...
So someone just said she seems to like the spotlight. That's okay. If she likes the spotlight, fine. She looks great. Look at the way she's dressed. She's not dressed to hide away. She's dressed to look sexy, okay? To look great for her age. She does. She looks fantastic. I have no problem with the way Linda looks, how she's dressed, the fact she enjoys these events, yeah, the Westgate events and many other events. I have no problem with it. But I do have a problem with bringing up these negative things. Now, guys, my brother's trying to ring me, so I'm going to have to go. We are going to come back and we are going to do part two. Part two. Okay, guys? So thank you for joining me. We're going to follow this Linda Thompson, David Stanley topic later. I want to repeat. I have nothing against Linda. I like Linda. I'm not anti-Linda. I have strong opinions about Linda. Now, with David Stanley, I have different views. I'm not happy with Dave Stanley. Not happy at all. Yeah. The fact that he said Elvis tried to commit suicide is horrifying. Yeah. That he took a planned overdose. Horrific. Okay. So, guys, I'm going to have to go. My brother's trying to ring me. Love you all. Thank you for joining me. Team Elvis, you rock.